Happy sunny Saturday. So today I thought I wanted to talk to you all about the next step in the process of purchasing or selling a home. So let's say a buyer sees a home, they write up an offer to purchase, and then the offer is sent over to the seller's side and the seller accepts the offer. Well, that's great. Magic to my ears. Offer accepted. Well, what happens now is both sides of that transaction, the buyer side and the seller side, they each will have their attorney review that contract and then make some changes. Now, I know I often get my buyers who say to me, like, oh, I'm so alarmed. I saw the letter that my attorney sent, and it starts with, I hereby state that this contract, I disapprove of it in its current form. Well, don't be alarmed. I basically see that on just about all of the contracts. It's because the attorneys, of course, are going to make sure that they are really protecting their client's best interests. So don't be alarmed when you see that your attorney disapproves of the contract in its current form. They pretty much all say that. But what's really important is what happens next. So both attorneys are going to try to kind of hammer out those differences in language, in terms. Sometimes the closing date might change. Sometimes the timeline for the transaction, in terms of initial deposit or a second deposit, sometimes those things change. And that's what's going to happen during attorney review. Now, I often hear people say, like, oh, attorney review, that's 3 days. Well, it can be 3 days, but I have had clients where the attorneys were able to hash out the differences in a matter of hours. I've had attorney review last 2 hours. And then I've also had it last much, much longer than any of us anticipated. So you don't want to be alarmed if it's not exactly 3 days, but you want to make sure that you're always doing your part. If your attorney is reaching out to you to say, hey, listen, there are some changes that the other attorney wants to make, or there's some changes that I want to make, I need you to review it. Let me know if you have any questions or if you agree to it. And you want to be sure to get back to them in a reasonable amount of time. That way we can move the transaction forward. Because although both sides have signed that contract that say, yes, this buyer is going to be purchasing from this seller, while you're still in attorney review, it doesn't mean that the home isn't being shown and that other offers are not coming in. So I never want to rush my clients, but I always want everyone to know that, especially in this particular area in New Jersey that I'm working in, things are highly competitive. And in order to make sure that we get your contract to be under contract, we really just need to be diligent, make sure that we're reading our emails, responding quickly so that we have a little bit more security concerning our contract being locked in. So if you have any questions, if you want to see the latest and greatest properties that are on the market, you can always go to my website, missmontclair.com. I am Tiffany Booker. I am a realtor with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, New Jersey Properties. My office is in Montclair. I am Miss Montclair. By all means, feel free to call me, 973-460-4674. I hope you guys have a fantastic weekend. Take care.